Righto, got ourselves a little camp out tonight, me and the young fella. It's freezing cold out in the shed. Bit of a late night cook up. Got some pork ribs just picked up from Woolies. The Yoder preheating, sitting at 247 Fahrenheit. Little dessert on there for the young fella later on. Put a movie on in the shed. Show you how I go about doing these pork ribs. There we go. This is what I do. I will be making my own rub, probably glaze at the end with a smoky barbecue hot honey glaze. Sounds good. Hopefully we can pull it off. Might start with the rub. Clark's Crew barbecue, best brisket rub, I reckon. Keep the pepper separate because that'll go on first. The salt, won't make a stupid amount. Sweet smoked paprika for that red mahogany. Oh Jesus, just tipped half of it out. Just to help with a little bit of flavour, but also help with the colour. Bit of rich mahogany colour. Don't need too much. Bit of onion powder. Dump a bit of that in. Just a bit of garlic powder. Bloody beautiful. Give that a shake up. And like I said, keep the pepper out of it. That goes on first. And I'll show you why in a minute. Need some gloves. That's better. Just got some gloves on. Get one out. Sort one out first. I'll show you how I do it. Sorry. There's not a lot to do on these. If there's a bit of a skirt there, I mean, right, so what I do here, that's, as you can see, that's really thin. So that's going to be good for absolutely nothing. So what I'll do is I'll find that end bone there. That just comes straight off. Literally would have just burnt up. There would have been a bone that come through and it would have just been shit. So any loose bits around the top, sort of just flatten them out and give them a little trim up. Check the ends. Not a lot to do here. There's normally a skirt that you can pick up, but on this one there's not a great deal. So trim any excess fat off, but that looks pretty good. The other thing you can do is get the membrane off. Sometimes it will come off without a fight and sometimes it will not. Maybe I'm just going to score this one. Bugger it. That will do anyway. You're not going to even know. Clean hand. So what we do, bit of a binder, classic yellow mustard, and then we'll go in with our rub that we just made up. No, wrong. We'll go in with the black pepper. So while we go black pepper first, is just because they're a bit bigger of a granule, you want it to stick a bit better to your binder. And if you put a powdery sort of a rub on first, it soaks up all that binder and then you don't really get the stick. You'll see if you try it, you'll understand what I mean. But so as I said, go in with our black pepper. Get a nice even coating. And then give it a little pat. Get that moisture to come through and then hit it with your homemade rub. Get a bit of height on it. Always do the back first and then finish with your presentation side. So same thing again. Nice even coating. Pepper. A bit of pat. Beauty. So that's done. You can see there's nice even coating on there. It's exactly what we want. So that can go straight on the pit. Now, however you sort of set it is how it's going to cook. Beef that meat up as much as you can. I mean, it probably doesn't make too much of a difference, but as soon as you lay it down, that's how it's going to cook for the rest of the time. So you should get a nice even cook. Beauty. Righto, just had to get the young bloke sorted with a movie in the shed. He's in the swag at the minute. Absolutely loving it. Happy days. Right, we're going to move on to the next one here. No skirt again. Doesn't matter. Oh, a little bit. What I'd do, yeah, that sort of stuff just burns up. It just turns no good. And there's not enough of it to save or anything like that. Make sausages or whatever the hell you want to do out of it. But I'll be getting rid of that tonight. So that there's a bit thin again. So basically flip him over. So that's a bit of a shiner. So yeah, I reckon I'd even just take that nice and tight against that last bone, get that off. And then just push the sides out. Make sure there's no little bits hanging off again that are going to burn up. And I'll see if I can get this bloody membrane off this time. I'm not doing a competition, we're just having a night in the shed, so I've got him. So if you can work your way under it with a bit of paper towel, see that, it'll just come up. Oh, and I've just ripped it. You get the idea anyway. Happy with that. On with your binder. Start with your non-presentation side again. Black pepper first, so it sticks nice and even. Beautiful. Get this one on the smoker. Righto, we've been probably running this cook at around the 250, 260 mark for an hour, hour and a half. That's probably as far as I like to take ribs in the first stage. I look for the 160 mark, or I look for the colour. And you can see, I don't know whether it's coming across in that camera very well, but the colour on these right now, nice mahogany, developing a nice bark. So yeah, I'll wrap them now, and I'll pretty much just let it ride until it's probe tender. Unwrap it and glaze it. All right, let's go. They're looking pretty good. So as you can see, I've got a fair amount of black pepper on these first ones before I ran out on the second rack. They're looking pretty good. Probing at about 160, so that's pretty much the sweet spot for me right now. First, always go 2 layers, sharp bits. I find on the ribs, they'll just puncture. I think with 2 layers, it's an extra layer of protection. So get a bit of spritz down, presentation side down, just a little sauce, just to start creating that barbecue flavour in it as it's cooking. Give it one last little spritz, and then face down, come in from the sides. Be careful not to put any of those bones through it. Fold the ends over and give it a good squeeze. And then that'll sit bone side down again on the grill. Just monitor it. And I'll be looking for probe tender and get a glaze on it. I'm gonna get this next one racked, have another beer. You can see too, which is nice, you look for a little bit of the pullback on the bones. That's another sign that it's sort of time for me to wrap. I don't like it to come too far off, because then it starts to dry out. And especially with these racks, there's not that much meat on them, so if you can catch it before it pulls too far back, I think that's the sweet spot. All right, back on, and then just keep an eye on it every half an hour. Send the probe into it. I'm not really looking for a temperature at the minute, like now. I'll just be looking for probe tender, and then that'll be sort of that. They're probing pretty tender. I don't like to take them too far. I don't like them so that everything just falls off the bone. When you go to take a bite, I like to have a little bit of an actual bite, to be able to take a chunk out without pulling everything off the bone. So glaze this up and get it back on the smoker probably for another 20 minutes while it sets up. Flip them over. They are looking good and they're feeling so good too. Not gonna fall to bits, but nice and tender. And our glaze that we made up, and we're just gonna brush it on. Pretty thick. Try not to rub any of your rubs and that away. Just give it a light brush. You can actually smell that hot honey in there too, which is unreal. So this should take probably 15-20 minutes to really tack up. Yeah, nice and sticky. Scrunch those edges up. That looks good already. Straight back on the smoker. Oh, got this other one here, do the exact same thing. But like that's getting properly tender. Looking good. So much steam coming off it out in this cold shed. It is so cold tonight. Kind of like a stick burner instead of a pellet smoker on a night like tonight. To sit around the fire and stoke it up. When you can't be bothered, a pellet smoker is the way to go. Beautiful. Check that out. Looks ridiculous. You can see straight away that's what I was going for with that mahogany colour. That's why I put that sweet smoked paprika in that rub that I make up. Just gives it that rich mahogany colour. Just looks so good. Oh, that is so hot. I'll give you a bit more of a look at that. Righto, time to give it a slice now. See how we went. Ooh, it's tender. That is for sure. I'll just leave it at that for a second. You can see straight away. Still super juicy. Hopefully that light's catching that. It's crazy juicy. Alright, give it a bite. Oh, it comes straight away. Doesn't all just fall off the bone though, which is exactly what I want. I hate it how it just all just comes off the bone. Loses all its integrity. If you can just keep the moisture into it, just take it to that point where it's just so clean and easy to bite through. 100%. That's exactly what I was after. That hot honey barbecue glaze is ridiculous. Bit of heat in it. not gonna lie, but it's so good. So happy with that. 12 o'clock at night was worth the wait. I'm gonna probably try and do an in-depth cook on these ribs. Sort of rushed over it tonight to get right into it and get it into the details of how I sort of achieve a cook like this. I mean, like I said, these are Woolies ribs, easy to come by. To be able to achieve a decent result out of something you can just get from Woolies is pretty rewarding. Pretty cheap. I think it was like 35 bucks for this, for 2 racks of ribs. So I think I'll leave it at that for the night. Smash this down and get to bed. But I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.